Hey everyone, welcome to the cabin. My name's Alec Brits and today we're checking out the JZ Vintage 67 microphone. This is a cardioid-only condenser microphone with some pretty serious build quality and some pretty interesting little quirks. Thanks as always to Studio Care for supplying the review units. If you enjoy what you watch here, please consider subscribing. But for now, let's jump right in.
I've been lost on the concrete. Make me feel like I'm incomplete. I need more. Give me more. I've been on my way out of this town, and you were the only thing holding me down.
So the microphone itself is pretty straightforward, as you can see over here. In the front you have the logo, there's this cool little hole here at the bottom, and on the rear you just see the actual name of the microphone itself. It's cardioid only, of course. The microphone mounts onto your stand over here with this ball joint, which allows you to be able to kind of get a small range of motion on a microphone stand. It's not very much, but because it's a ball, you've got the full, circle to work with. And your XLR connection is here on the bottom. I like the way it feels really solid, doesn't resonate at all, which is a great thing. But now it's time to take a listen to how this microphone sounds. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you at the end for my review.
To see that the shadows are moving on the ceiling. On my left side you are asleep while the world is stirring. And unlike the pairing of friends who grew into lovers, I traded the cold of my heart for a place in the warmth of your cover. How have you healed the wounds of my heart? My fear of commitment is dead. How have you made me wanna believe that there's more than nothing? I'm getting high on your love. It's coursing through my veins and I can't get enough.
So, the JZ Vintage 67. The question on everybody's mind. Does it sound like a U67? Is it the real thing? Can you compare them? Well, as you heard earlier, no. So that kind of begs the question, why do manufacturers keep doing this? Why do they put numbers that we like in front of products that aren't exactly the same? Numbers that are seductive, right? To us giant nerds. 1073, U47, 67, 87, 81. These are all just a bunch of numbers, right? But in the case of this microphone, is that a bad thing? It's a bit misleading, if anything. The microphone is built completely differently, right? There is no tube. The form factor of the microphone is different. The head basket is a totally different shape. So naturally it will sound different. And of course, JZ have their own way of building capsules, which is really cool, but it's not what a 67 is. So if this microphone was labeled anything else, like the majestic penguins of North Angola, nobody would have minded. This product is an innovative design. It's doing everything that it should do to push the brand forward. Let's talk about how the microphone performs. I've really enjoyed using this microphone. It's arrived at the perfect time when I've been really busy with a bunch of productions for other clients. So it's been put through its paces. Bass drum, lead vocal, backing vocals, acoustic guitar, piano, drum overhead, center. This thing cooks. It doesn't really get in the way. Wait, no. There are a couple things that kind of frustrate me with this microphone. The first is it's got a built-in internal shock mount, which it kind of does, but it doesn't eliminate rumble because there's no low cut. And if you touch the stand by accident, you will get some of that
sub-frequency transmission.
Because the mount point on this microphone is not in the center of the microphone. If you're miking something up from the top and the microphone is like flat like this, it will naturally want to tilt slightly because the center point of the mic is not built into the mounting system. Now, JZ have created a really cool ball joint which gives you a very small amount of motion if that ball joint was perpendicular to the capsule. So if this is the microphone and your ball joint goes over here and the capsule is pointing that way, then you will naturally be able to use this microphone in a much easier fashion. Even better if the ball joint could come in from either side, because if you're miking things like toms, you need to have like an inverse angle, and that's where that ball joint could be really fantastic. That's pretty much the only thing I would change about this microphone. The build quality on this microphone, of course, is ridiculous. I think JZ called it jewel-like. I'm quite a big fan of this. In fact, I want to try out some other microphones JZ have made, because I think there's some pretty cool stuff that they're working on at the moment. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you watched here, please consider subscribing. To those of you who have subscribed, thank you so very much for doing so. Most importantly, I hope that you're all looking after yourselves and you're being kind. I'll see you in the next one.